Hello, Mr. Rajendran.
Hey, Paul. How are you?
Good. Congratulations. This is your first meeting as a member.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. I have
Sorry,
so
I
much
was just
pain.
trying to search for the link, but I couldn't find it. Like,
It is always mentioned on the agenda. If you look at the agenda, you will see it is not there. Let me check again. Oh, okay. So sorry for that.
no, probably I didn't check there.
I don't see it there either. So it
Okay.
should basically be a clickable link, but we're just trying to work that out.
Gotcha.
Hello, Kiran. I have so much problem in my right arm going all the way to the neck. Can't even sit with ease.
Oh, how are you?
Looks
Still
like
feeling bad?
I pulled a nerve, something like that.
Hi,
It's
Raj.
going on since.
Mohammed. Hello, Uncle G.
Hello.
Kiran.
Hello, Miss Kiran. Hello, everyone.
I'm not Uncle G. I'm just a young guy. Uncle G is me.
Madan uncle is here. I cannot make you an uncle yet, Paul. You're a teenager.
I am a
No,
teenager.
no, 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 wrong, Kiran. Paul is uncle's uncle.
Hi,
Paul is
Mohammed.
uncle's uncle. Not everybody's uncle, he's uncle's uncle.
Hello.
Hey,
How are
Hey,
you?
hey, Mr. Bukhari. Nice to
Nice to
see
see
you.
everyone. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Are you flying a plane?
No, I'm not flying a
Helicopter.
plane.
Helicopter.
He seems like a pilot.
Yeah, I'm just wearing headphones.
Okay. Oh, it looks like you are in a car.
I know it does.
Yeah.
Hey guys,
Nice seeing
good
you.
evening everyone.
Thank you. Good
Hello.
evening.
Hello Kiran,
Hello.
where's your steering wheel?
Why is my
You're
photo not
driving,
going there?
right?
Oh, no, he is not driving. Looks like he's driving, but he's not.
I mentioned Kiran, by the way.
Okay, sorry.
Am I driving? No.
He's driving a Tesla, which is on AI.
Tesla.
Here's the guy who's driving. Here's the guy who's driving.
Tesla.
Well,
Carlton
let's
is driving.
welcome Rajendran. He is joining as a member today.
Welcome.
Tanuja is here. Hi, Tanuja.
Yeah, Tanuja is here too.
I'm going to go off the video for a few minutes. Then I will be back.
No way. We need to see you, man.
You need to feed me too. I just come from work. You all young guys are not working. The old man is working.
So don't say you have to feed yourself. Say that the money you gather today, you have to put it somewhere in the house. That you have to
Somewhere in
empty
here.
your pockets.
Somewhere in myself. Okay. Take care. See you in a minute, okay?
Sure. So Kiran, at 5:59, I will give you a red light, straight red light, or maybe I can add green at about 5:55. So give you an indication to wrap up.
Yeah.
I think let's start.
Yes.
Let's do it.
Paul, a request from you. Can you please enable chat? Thank you.
Yes, sure. Sorry. Yeah, share and chat enable.
Thank you. So, good evening, everyone. Before I begin, I'm just going to share a link to a slide deck. If you are interested, you can click and follow along on the link, or even save it and use those templates and look at those as we have the conversation. Now, I'm assuming, I would like to double check with you, Paul. Today, I will be talking about evaluations in speech, evaluating
Yes.
speeches in Toastmasters for beginners.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you. So this session is mainly geared towards beginner speakers and not the experienced members who are here. So I would invite the experienced members who are here to correct me, to join me, pitch in and add. Thank you.
No worries.
I will share my screen and okay. I will share my screen and we can begin. Can everybody see my screen?
Yep.
Yes. Perfect. So we will begin. Normally, when we speak in Toastmasters, we get evaluations. We get evaluated. And people who are listening to us speak actually give us an evaluation. So on the agenda, you probably have seen speakers, you have seen evaluators, and you will probably have seen people evaluating some speakers. Have you ever been to somebody's house or shared an idea and people said to you, fantastic idea, brilliant, this is so good. Has anybody had those comments? Yes?
Yes.
Has anybody said to you, what a lousy idea? Why would you say that? Has anybody said that to you? Think about it. If they said really good and fantastic, or they said lousy, not so good, I wouldn't know what to do with that. I really would not know what to make of that comment. And getting an evaluation like that is exactly the same way. We all have joined Toastmasters with a specific purpose. The most common thing, if you Google Toastmasters, it says it helps you with public speaking. When I joined Toastmasters, I thought, I'm not going to be a politician. Why do I need to public speak? And then I realized public speaking in its true sense is not speaking to an audience of 100,000 or 1,000,000. Public speaking is simply speaking to an audience. The audience can be one, you could be speaking to your mom, dad, friend, husband, wife, sister, cousin. That's an audience. You could be speaking to yourself. You're conscious. That's an audience. And after joining Toastmasters, I found that the most profound way I improved myself was to make an impact on the audience. The number one audience for me is myself. I was able to speak to myself in an impactful way. So I am better today than I was yesterday. And my goal is to be better tomorrow than I am today. But how will I become better if I don't even know where I'm going? Have you ever been on the road when your GPS signal crashed off, your GPS crashed and it says signal not found? Were you ever in those situations?
Yeah.
How did that feel?
Lost.
Exactly. So giving a speech and not getting a proper feedback or evaluation, even at home, some days when I speak to my husband, he's angry. I don't know why he's angry because I haven't said anything wrong. I don't know why my children are angry at me because I think I haven't done anything wrong. So being in a situation like that is exactly like being on the road with the GPS signal out.
Yeah.
Is that helpful? I don't think so. So when we get evaluated, it has to be meaningful, it has to be helpful, and it has to be useful. So those are the four things. I'm sorry, my device powered off for some reason. It was 100% charge and now it is not. So evaluation. Who is an evaluator? An evaluator in Toastmasters is anybody who can tell you black and white, what have you done well and what do you need to do to improve. Very simply put, that is an evaluator. An evaluator in Toastmasters is your GPS for improvement. To improve in communication, to improve in leadership. Very simple. If we are an evaluator, we have a huge responsibility of being that GPS. If we are speaking, we need to look for that GPS that will take us ahead from where we are. That's the concept of evaluators and evaluations. For whom are these evaluations? We need to know for whom. There are some principles of evaluations that we follow. And we will today look at the process and we'll wrap it all up. So listen, pay attention, and you can ask questions at the end. An evaluator is the person who listens very intently at what the speaker is saying. An evaluator takes notes. And an evaluator provides a very sincere reaction to what the speaker was attempting to say and what impact the speaker had on the evaluator. How does this happen? Through constructive criticism. What are we looking at as evaluators? There is a criteria that we have to follow. And that's what we look at when we give an evaluation. We'll look at that. The end goal of all evaluations is elevate the speaker and make the speaker feel, yes, I want to come back and do another speech tomorrow. If we're not making the speaker feel that, we're not a good evaluator. Bottom line is to elevate the speaker, help the speaker to come back stronger the next time. So that is the job of an evaluator. For whom are these evaluations? Number one, when you look at the screen, we evaluate the speaker. So the speaker benefits in trying to find out, if I'm the speaker, I would like to know, what did I do well? What exactly do I need to improve on? How can I improve? Everybody tells me you're nervous. Everybody tells me you need to speak confidently. But how do I do that? That's the evaluator's job, to tell us what to improve and how to improve. Second, the audience also gets a lot from the evaluations. So when we evaluate, we are not only speaking to the speaker, but the general audience will also benefit. Third, it's the greatest benefit for the evaluator itself. If I'm evaluating someone, I'm improving my listening skills, I'm improving my note-taking, I'm improving my paying attention and being mindful, I'm improving my communication when I give that evaluation. So it also benefits the evaluator immensely. So it's a win-win for everybody. How do we evaluate? What are some basic principles we need to follow? Number one, listen to what the speaker is saying. But look at the speaker. See what the speaker is not saying, because a lot is communicated by not saying it. So look and listen. What about the criteria before we evaluate? We have to look at the criteria. And remember, the goal is to elevate the speaker. So if I stand here and say, you did not do this, 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 the speaker simply wants to hide the face and run off and never come back to this ever again. So the goal is to elevate the speaker. So use the sandwich method, say something nice, give 1 or 2 tips, say something really nice so the speaker feels like coming back on stage again. So balance. Be specific and understand it's your personal opinion, my personal opinion as an evaluator. In the end, it should benefit everybody. How do we do that? How do we do that? I often had difficulty in my house talking to my husband and children. I would think, I want them to do this, so I'm going to say this. Now remember, I had good intentions, but the impact it had on them was not what I was intending. I was thinking I was doing a good thing by saying something, but they thought I was always behind them. So remember, intent versus impact. It is not only what we say, but how we say is important. These are the things we need to pay attention. We have to pay attention to what the speaker said. So we need to pay attention to the structure of the speech, the content of the speech, and what impact it had on you as an evaluator. How did the speaker say that? Was the pace good enough for you to understand? Was there vocal variety so you could even understand the emotions of the speaker? Pay attention. Body language. Was there eye contact with the audience? Was that message for you? Or was the speaker just speaking and you didn't know who the speaker was addressing? So pay attention to the eye contact, the body language, hand gestures, the pace, and the vocal variety. How do we then take those notes? These are 3 simple formats. I have shared these with you. The link is in chat that I use when I evaluate. This is one of them. Everything is on this that I need so that I'm not missing things. I pay attention to the content. Was the introduction engaging? Did the speaker draw me in with the title and the introduction? Or was it boring beginning that I felt like yawning? Was there a beautiful story with transitions from one section to another? Were there key messages in the speech? Because in the end, we don't simply speak because we like to talk. There's a reason and a purpose. When we speak, we need to think, what do we want the audience to get out of this? Was there a specific message that you got? What was the impact on the audience? Now that is about the content. Delivery. Was there eye contact, hand gestures, good language use? So I just pay attention to all this and take my notes right on this sheet. This is one template. Another template is I use the sandwich method. So I talk about 1 or 2 things that the speaker really did well. And I write that down in the commend. What was commendable about the speaker? Then I will recommend 1 or 2 things so the speaker can improve. When I recommend, I not only have to say, hey, Paul, you're sitting there in the audience. You better listen to me. Or I can say, Paul, if I feel like you were listening to me, if you looked at the camera. So Paul, make sure you look at the camera so I know that I have your attention when I'm speaking to you. So I'm not only telling Paul what to do, but I'm telling Paul why it is important that he do that and how can he do that. So 3 things when we give suggestions to the speaker. What do we want the speaker to improve? Why is it important that the speaker does that? And how can the speaker improve? Specific, concrete tips to the speaker. Final, end off on a positive note. So tell the speaker what you really liked about the speaker or the speech overall. So commend, positive high note, recommend 1 or 2 suggestions, and commend again, a sandwich. Remember to give a summary so the speaker remembers what you're saying. Here's another very simple template. What is it that you thought the speaker did really well? Write down in that portion. What is it that you're still wondering and you were not sure? Write down in this section. It becomes very easy for you to do your evaluation when you take your notes like this. So these are the 3 templates I personally use, and I created all 3 of these. I've shared them with you. Use the sandwich technique. Start with positive, talk about what the speaker can improve in your opinion, and end off on a positive note as well. Here is a list of adjectives that were shared to me by our former member, Samora Mills. He said, instead of saying, I loved your delivery, you can say, your delivery was eloquent. You were articulate. You spoke to me. I felt like you were speaking to me. So instead of saying, it was a good delivery, you can say this. Another good thing here is the list of adjectives read.
Looks like she got kicked out.
Yeah, it's maybe because of the power issue she was having with the device.
Yeah, power on the internet issues, but how do you like the content so far?
Eloquent.
Eloquent. Tanuja, welcome as our first, it's your first day as a paid member. Congratulations for being here.
Thank you so much.
I think you are signed in from 2 devices. That's why we see that echo in the background.
Yeah, you can remove one. I was trying because one video is not on.
Okay.
So it was stuck somewhere. So I again log in.
Then you will see my power. I can do that.
Yeah, you can remove.
That's it. Done.
Yeah, fine. Thank you.
I was ready with showing her timer card, but suddenly the meeting ended. I hope she joins again.
She almost covered everything.
She almost covered everything, and that is fabulous. We still have.
And
Am I hearing myself?
Yes.
This meeting is being streamed live on YouTube. So you can always refer back to the recording if you need to learn it again and again. It's there.
Sounds good.
Okay, she's back.
So I think you
Ravinder
guys will
Sani
be an
hasn't
expert.
sent me the
There she is.
evaluation. Okay, Karan, you're back. Welcome back.
Thank you. I had Wi-Fi issues been cutting off. So thank you. So I will just continue from where we left off.
Yeah.
And this is where we were. Okay, so can everybody see?
No.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, now I can see.
Perfect, thank you. So here, this was the vocabulary list shared by Samora Mills, our former member, and I use this a lot. So having this handy, especially the first few times when we evaluate, this is ready and we can actually use this right off the bat. Now, here's my question to all of you. Paul, how much time do we have?
Well, you are at the green light right now.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
So I actually wanted to show a short video clip, and then I thought we can all evaluate and see what experience, how to evaluate using one of these 3 formats, but I don't think we have time for that. So I will hold off on that. And what I will now do is I will ask the members if they have any questions, or especially in terms of how do you feel if somebody told you you have to evaluate somebody else today, a speech today? How do you feel about that?
Great. Fantastic.
New members, please.
New members, any questions?
If a seasoned member speaks, then we will fine him $100.
New members?
Oh, yeah. So this is Raj here.
Yes, Raj.
So I was about to ask, like, is there a like guide how to evaluate, like when you're being asked to evaluate somebody? So
Yeah.
this was really a useful session to understand how the evaluation process works in Toastmasters, and hopefully I can use this guide when my term comes out.
Absolutely.
So yeah, thank you for your session.
And Raj, we can actually, if anybody's interested, we can get together on another day for 30 minutes. We can all listen to a speech and we can do our own individual evaluation, and then collectively we can do an evaluation so we understand the process of how it happens. If time permits, we can do it next meeting itself. If not, on any other day or any other time, as Paul and Satish would allow me to continue with the conversation. If
That would
that
be
will
good.
help to members.
Sure. It will.
Other questions?
Let me check if they put anything in chat. Kalvinder, is my face coming on camera? Where is Kalvinder?
Kalwinder, yes, your face is on camera. I can see you. Thank you for joining us from wherever you are driving or even in transition, you joined us. Good commitment.
Actually, my house is on the sale. It's going on, so that's why the reason I'm sitting outside.
Thank
He
you.
has to sell his house to pay off for Toastmaster membership payment.
Does anybody else have any other questions? No questions means either nobody got anything or people got something but are waiting for the next 30-minute session, next meeting, or you are like, she kept talking nonstop. I have no clue.
No, Kiran, our president asked us not to say anything. I'm poor by few $1,000 already.
I'd just like to make a comment. Kiran, you have been a great asset. I have heard feedback from individuals on separate phone calls that I make, and just wanted to let you know that you are valued as a member, as a part of Malton Toastmasters. And we see a lot of value in the way you conduct yourself, especially the educational sessions and any speeches. So whenever you take the podium or the virtual podium, you are, you mesmerize people with the way you deliver. So I think that's something that has attracted a lot of new faces to us as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Satish. I'll just add 2 lines to what he said and turn it over to Paul. I'm looking at my clock here. Who I am today is not because of who I was yesterday. Who I am today is because of some mentors here, because of Malton Community Toastmasters Club that has shaped me to be who I am today. So I'm grateful to the club and mentors like Madan Uncle, Anisha, and there are some other members who are not in the club right now. So I am who I am because of who I was with. And now it is my turn to share the little learning that I have with all of you. And I look forward to growing with all of you and learning together, furthering my journey. With that, I return it over to Paul. Back to you, Paul. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Guys, did she do a great job? Let's give her a big round of applause. Awesome. Let me get my face out of the way as I give control to our Sergeant Ram to start running the meeting.
Thank you, Paul, and welcome everybody to another session of the Malton Toastmasters Community Club. So I just like to begin by reading the Toastmasters mission statement. And The Toastmasters is here because we are here to provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. At this time, if I can ask each one of you guys to maybe just turn off your cell phone or put it on mute, so that way it would not disturb any of the speakers that will be speaking today, as well as if you can turn your microphone on mute. So if any noise disruption in the background will occur, it won't disturb any of the speakers that are talking. So, and with that said, I would like to introduce to you guys our president, Mr. Paul Chima. Please welcome Paul Chima.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sergeant at Arms. We are celebrating Mother's Day today, which will be next week, but because we are meeting today, so Satish, thank you very much for keeping that theme. It is a great reminder to all of us. But before I go further, I would like to share a little clip about Mother's Day. And here it goes. I hope you can hear the audio.
Say no. Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
How are you?
How are you?
He is my son,
He is my son.
Paul Chima.
Fatima.
Thank you very much for watching. This is very close to my heart, and this was about a few months before she left us all. Sorry, I think I'm sorry. I was sorry. I got distracted for a second, because that was the most amazing moment of my life when I went there after my session in a conference in Europe, so headed down to India. And that's when I recorded this little clip. It was liked and it was loved like crazy by everyone on social media. We haven't seen God, but we have seen Mother. Mother's altruism has no matches. Mother's sacrifice is unparalleled, even in the entire universe. She hugs her kids, even though they may have the dirtiest cloth filled with mud, she will still hug them, embrace them. And Mother can listen to her children's story 1,000 times without feeling tired. There was a story of this mother telling one thing to her son, saying, "Look, there is a parrot on the tree." And the son said, "Yes, Mom." She said, "Look, there is a parrot on the tree." Son said, "Yes, Mom." And this went on and on for a minute or two, and the son got tired. She said, "Mom, I already heard that. I know there is a parrot up there. Why are you repeating that?" And at that point, Mother said, "When you were a young child, you would say that 1,000,000 times, but I never got tired of that." That is what a mother is. Mother's eyes see their kids just as a rock star. They're superstar. You may judge someone else's child to be dirty or not having attractive features, but ask her, his or her mother. She will tell you how she feels about her children. That's a real beauty. She goes beyond their faces. She looks into their spirit and their soul and connects with them in that platform. She puts herself to the greatest risk and does everything to ensure safety for her children. Isn't that so great? So what do we learn from our mothers? Great virtues. I wrote a few. The one thing we learn is to be non-judgmental, embrace humanity as it is, love other human beings as they look to us. Do not look at the color, creed, ethnicity at all. Just love them because we are artisans, live on the same, in the same, on the same earth. Be a giver. Mother always gives. I don't remember any mother who will take. She always gives and gives and gives and gives. And be a creator. She's a creator. She's a goddess for all of us. And she also tells us to hide our pain and share a smile. This is what she does. And she does an excellent job at that. Even many abused women, they hide their pain of suffering from their children to make them happy, to not let that pain cast a shadow on their children. And what does a mother need in return? Just little love, just a hug. That's all. And she wants to be heard. It's a very emotional topic for me, as I remember my mom on every day, actually. Whenever I cook something, I would remember what she would say to me. Whenever I make a cup of tea in the morning, I remember she always would say me, do not leave your utensils unclean. You must clean the utensils in which you made the tea. And that's when your tea is actually finished. I remember her every minute of my life. This can be an endless topic for me, but I would like to thank everyone who joined us, who joined for the education session. We have new members here, Tanuja and Rajendran. Please give a big round of applause to them. We hope to learn from these individuals, and we like to share what we learned so far. And I know I took a little more time. With that, I will pass the meeting control over to our Toastmasters of the day, Satish Prabhu. Give a big round of applause, please, Mr. Satish Prabhu.
Thank you, Mr. President. You did my work very easy. Now I don't have to give my speech on Mother's Day, which is usually what the chair does. So now I can cut down straight to the chase and start. But here is a trivia before I start taking the roll call and introduce guests. The first Mother's Day was celebrated in US by a person named Anna Jarvis in the year 1907 as a small memorial in her mother's memories. This was taken so popular that people started celebrating on a regular basis every year. Until 1914, when the then US president declared Mother's Day as a national holiday celebrated on the second Sunday of every May. That is for North America. But there is a custom that is similar in England. In England, it is celebrated as something called Mother Sunday. It's celebrated in a different way called Mother Sunday, and it's celebrated in the month of Lent. Lent culminates into Easter. So the fourth Sunday in the month of Lent is celebrated as Mother's Day or Mother Sunday. And that day is also similar to what we do here on Mother's Day. So that was a very emotional speech, Paul, and we all have the same emotions. I lost my mom last year as well, and I haven't found closure yet because I have not been able to go back and do her final rites or her first year, which is coming up exactly in this month. So we all can feel the emotions that you shared with us. But moving on, today is another day. On a lighter note, it's also World Laughter Day. And at some point during this meeting, I would like to set the tone a little high. Just now, let's be a little more serious and take a moment to pay our respects to our mothers. So let's take 10 seconds and just close our eyes and think about your mothers wherever they are, whether they are in heaven or they are next to you or somewhere else. Thank you. So let's continue. Are there any guests today? I do see Navdeep. Navdeep, would you like to introduce yourself?
We have 3 guests, Satish, today.
And what brought you to our Toastmasters Club today? Thank you.
Hello, thank you so much. Thank you, Stishji. My name is Navdeep and I'm here for the first time, as you know. What brought me here is that my son joined Youth Leadership Toastmasters Club with Paulji, and he thinks very highly of it, and he has told me there's adults Toastmaster as well. And after speaking with Paulji, I was very much interested to join in because I need to enhance my communication skills. Thank you.
Wonderful. And you are already a very eloquent speaker, so rest assured you're in the right place. Who's the next one?
We have Atulya. She just joined today for the first time. Atulya, can you turn your camera on, please? While she does that, we have Vidya, we have, I forgot the name, Harry, the old here? Harvey,
yes.
Sorry.
Vidya, would you like to introduce yourself?
Visitors.
Good evening, Toastmasters and fellow Toastmasters and everybody here. My name is Vidya. I'm basically from Mumbai. From 10 years and I'm in Canada. I recently started, got the purpose of my life, helping others, and I'm working for non-profit organizations. It gives me extreme pleasure, but it involves a lot of talking. I'm working for COVID support line. I'm working for seniors wellness projects, and I conduct many sessions for them online on Zoom, so which everything involves talking. It's been a long time I was in front of many people, so I'm quite nervous. And when I'm good in talking, but when I'm on spotlight, I just get frozen for a long time. So I don't know how to overcome these things. And I think Toastmasters will be the great platform to learn new things and these tools and techniques and improve myself. So finding the better version of myself. And thank you for this opportunity. Back to you, Toastmasters of the day.
Wonderful, wonderful, Vidya. You are already performing like a Toastmaster by saying back to you, Toastmaster. Wonderful. You're learning the language as well. Thank you so much. Are we ready with Atulya? Are you ready to introduce yourself?
Oh, I think she exited the meeting. Yeah.
Oh, okay. We scared her. Okay. Harvey, maybe you can introduce yourself.
Hello, everyone. Hello, Toastmasters. Hello, Mr. President. I hope you're feeling well with your neck. We read it in the group. Yeah. So, hello, everyone. This is me, Harvey. I have been living in Canada for 2 years now. I'm a new immigrant, and I'm also a mortgage agent by profession. I got to hear about Toastmaster from Mr. Paul Chima. He's also part of our brokerage, and it's my 3rd meeting this time, and a decisive meeting, I would say, to move further and becoming a Toastmaster myself, a member of Toastmaster in the future. Thank you.
Wonderful, Harvey, and it's great to have you back. And I see you're actively participating in our meetings as well. That's great. That includes Vidya as well, who has shown a lot of enthusiasm. So very good to see non-Toastmasters taking on a Toastmaster's role. Very nice. So with that, let's start with the roles. I would like to call on our grammarian, Mr. Paul, to explain the role and introduce the word of the day.
Thank you very much, Mr. Toastmaster. The word of the day is, I'm sorry, let me take a step back. So my role as a grammarian is to be a grammar police. That doesn't mean I'm going to scare you. I'm going to just look up at the filler words, make a record of it, and next time we're trying to be more mindful and try to eliminate those filler words, such as double clutch words like so, and. We'll practice silence, pause in place of these filler words. And the word of the day today that I chose is altruism. Altruism is a selfless service. I used this word when I was talking about mother, that mother's altruism is unparalleled. There's no match for it. So there are so many examples like Mother Teresa, Bhagat Pooran Singh, all those people who are sacrificing their life to save humanity. I would call them as altruistic people. So and my goal, I set the goal to say this word at least. We are 18 people here. Let's make the goal 15 times. So include this word in your speech and include it in a very altruistic way. And I will love to have you there. We are getting one more guest here, Yasmin Stephens.
Okay. Let's continue filling the roles and then we can introduce the guests at a later point.
Yes.
I'd like to introduce our timer, Mr. Rajendran. Would you like to explain your role to us, please? And how you're going to perform the role?
Perform? Are you sure?
Hello.
Yeah, hello. Thanks, Satish. So today it is going to be I'm going to be the timer.
It's going to be mixed people. It's going to be mixed people. Maybe your dad and mom know about it. Toastmasters.
Yasmin Stephens, can you please mute yourself?
I will mute.
Can you hear me?
I will mute. Yes, we can hear you. I'm going to. Yasmin, can you mute yourself, please? Good. Thanks.
Okay, so thank you. Good evening, everyone, Toastmasters and fellow Toastmasters. Today I'm going to be the timer for this meeting, and my role is to listen to all the speeches and table topics and evaluations, and finally give I'll show the cards whenever the timings are crossed from green, yellow all the way to red. Depends on the session, and finally I'll provide the summary of the time that was taken by each speaker or member of Toastmasters of this session.
Thank you, Raj. But how are you going to show the green, yellow? Is there a demo that you can show us?
I'll be showing this mobile.
Okay. Okay. So you may want to hold it straight in front of your camera when you're doing that.
Okay.
No, we can't see it now. Yeah, there. Yeah, much better. Thank you. Thank you.
I could not figure out the background filter, so I will do it next time.
That's okay.
Yeah,
that's
this time
okay. You can also use any colored paper. So if you have a green, yellow, and red paper, you can also do that. That's
okay.
Or you can write on a paper, green, red, and then you can hold that up. So there are many ways you can do that. Thank you. Thank you for standing up. So Raj will be performing the timer role for the very first time, and I think we need a little encouragement. So let's give him a clap right now. Thank you. I'd like to go on to the quiz master and ask the quiz master to explain their role. Quiz master is Harvey.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Satish Prabhu. Hello, everyone, once again. Yes, my role today as a quiz master would be to, at the pretty much end of the session, ask you questions regarding what the speakers have spoken about. And I'll be picking up some questions out of it and asking you how active you were, just to make sure how actively you were listening. That's pretty much about it.
Thank you. Thank you, wonderful. And he's also performing the role for the first time. So thank you very much, Harvey. All right, so for all the new guests that just joined, Yasmin, if you want to introduce yourself, this is a good opportunity. If not, you can wait until the end of the meeting.
Hi there, everyone. I'm just new, invited by Paul Chima. It's really for my daughter who is 16. So we're just trying to get some insight as to what Toastmasters is all about. So we'll be just observing for today. Sorry about that Zoom at the beginning. It's all new to me.
No worries. No worries. So just make sure you are muted when you're not speaking. That way nobody else gets disturbed. Thank you.
Understood. Thanks.
Thank you and welcome.
Thank you.
So we are done with guests, right? Because I can't see everyone on the meeting. I only see so many tiles here.
Yes, yes, that's fine.
Okay, thank you, Paul. So for all the guests, we have a lot of newcomers. So the meeting will be run in 3 sessions, and we are about to start the first session, which is called the prepared speeches section. And we have 2 speakers who will give us, 3 speakers who will give speeches. And after that, we will move into the impromptu speaking session, which is the table topics, as we call it, that will be led by 2 table topics masters today. That is something unique that we are going to do in the club today. And then at the end, the 3rd session will be the evaluation session, which will be conducted by a general evaluator, and he will call on his teams of evaluators and reporters. So this is something that happens at every Toastmasters club. Let's move on to our very first session for the prepared speeches and welcome the first evaluator, Mr. Madanji, to read the objectives of the first speaker, Mr. Kalvinder Saini.
Thank you very much, Mr. Toastmaster of the Day, and especially the speaker, Kalvinder. Even though I do not have the evaluation sheet, but I see it from the agenda that he's doing the project on motivational strategies. He's delivering his second speech, and his evaluation is based on what he improved on his last speech. He can speak on any topic he wish. The time is 5 to 7 minutes. Back to you, Mr. Toastmaster of the Day.
Okay. So Madanji, I think he is planning to redo his icebreaker. That's what I learned very late today. So he is going to do his icebreaker again.
That's okay.
Okay. So we'll have to evaluate on the time of 4 to 6 minutes. The timer, please note. Kalvinder Saini is a very new member, and he is going to talk about himself as an icebreaker. This is his first speech. He did try to give one speech last time and he was not very happy with the way he did it, so he wants to redo it. Kalvinder Saini, about me, Kalvinder Saini.
Right. Hello, fellow Toastmaster. Sorry for the disturbance because I'm outside of the house. My house is on the sale. The showing is going on, so I need some space to talk to talk with you guys. And for the beginning of my journey, I'm from India, and my education is a graduation in commerce, and I came here in Canada 2010, and from the beginning of when I came here, I was doing like I got a job, and my family supported me too, and my wife she worked hard too, and after a few years I buy the house, and the journey begins that way. and my situation is my situation of the entire family is good now, so I can do in my on way. I can upgrade my education, and my wife can upgrade or adjusted the atmosphere of the Canadian culture. And I have two kids. One is boy. One is my son, and another is girl. She is 15 years old, and she's in grade 11. And my son is grade 8, and both are doing well. And for the Toastmaster journey, I met with Mr. Paul. He showed me the platform to improve my communication and to increase my ability while I come to in communication with the people, because as a realtor, I have to deliver my thought when I talk to clients, when I talk to customers, So that's why the reason I joined Toastmaster, and I saw a good fellow, a good master, a good mentor too here. I can learn a lot. So one day, I hope so, I will be a good speaker like you guys. You're doing good job there. And so for this meeting, I done my speech, and back to you, to Toastmaster. Thank you very much. And also, I send Mr. Madanji to my evaluation sheet on WhatsApp on his number.
It's okay. Don't worry about it, Kalvinder. We'll sort it out.
Right.
Thank you, Kalvinder. And we need to give him a good applause. This is his first speech. And I remember my first speech. I had my heart in my throat. I can tell you that. And my hands were perspiring. I didn't know I was dry. So I could see an image of me in you as you were speaking, but you were brave and you continued speaking, and that is great. What I liked is your preparation. And even though your house is under reparation, you decided to go ahead and give a speech. So thank you. Thank you for doing that. Wonderful, Kalvinder.
But all the pearls are spreading,
You will get better as you go. You will get better as you go. So that's how you start. A journey always starts with the first speech, and this is great. So let's continue on with our. Does Madanji need any time?
No, it's not for me who is evaluating him. It's somebody else evaluating the next speaker.
No. Right now, do you need any time to?
No. Okay. That's okay.
Okay, wonderful. So let's continue on with our second evaluator. Its second evaluator is Carlton, and he will be evaluating Gursimran. So Carlton, do you have the objectives of Gursimran's speech?
Yes, Satish. Okay.
Wonderful.
So I thought I was evaluating Kamaljeet, but I guess the agenda has changed. So Kiran, will you be evaluating Kamaljeet?
Sure, Carlton, I can evaluate Kamaljeet. Sure, thank you.
Okay, all right. Well, thank you, everybody. This is all part of the altruism that I'm talking about, where the evaluators help the speakers, even though the agenda sometimes changes. It's just an act of altruism. So our next speaker is Gursimran Guman, and he will be giving his first speech as an icebreaker. So he'll be delivering a speech on any topic as an introduction to the club, using any style that appeals to him. So I would like to, so that is his objective. Thank you.
And Gursimran, do you have a title for your speech?
Yes, I will just share it along with my speech. It's the beginning.
In the beginning?
The beginning. The beginning.
The beginning. Okay.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Should I start?
No, let me introduce you and then you can start.
Sure, for sure.
And this is something we all can learn as well. There is a way we formally introduce speakers. Gursimran is also a very new member, and he has shown immense proactiveness by taking that step of joining Toastmasters to improve himself and also reaching out to me. We have had our personal chats because I was the VP education. So we have had our chats where he reached out to me trying to figure out how and what and when he can go and deliver a speech. So thank you very much. This is how your leadership journey starts. And I'm really, really happy to have you as a member in our club, Gursimran. And you proved that in the last meeting as a timer, and you did it in such a professional way that many accomplished and veteran Toastmasters don't still do what you did in that last meeting. So that was not a small achievement. Thank you. So here we go. Gursimran, the beginning, Gursimran.
Thank you very much, Srish Prabhu, for your kind words. So first of all, I will just adjust my camera. So good evening, Toastmasters, fellow Toastmasters, and club members of MCTC Club. Today, I am here to present my first icebreaker, and name of my speech is The Beginning. So to begin with, I'm also talking about a little bit about the meeting's theme, that is the Mother's Day. So mothers give birth to child, and our inception in the world is marked at that point of time. So next, I will begin with my introduction. My name is Gursimranjit Singh Guman. So I know it's a bit lengthy, or you can call me Gursimran. Although my parents call me Simran in short, it's a unisex name, so don't feel like why they call me with a girl name. I'm not being a gender bias. I'm 27 years old and have completed my graduation with bachelor's in civil engineering back from India. After completing my graduation, I got placed immediately in a corporate world in a very good organization back in India. It was, that was my another beginning. So it was a very smooth transition from school to corporate world. After working there for 3 years and long, I started to explore new things. So then begins my journey to Canada. So one good day, I was in regular conversation with one of my friends. We talked about, we were just normal talking. Then he suggested me about permanent residency back here. So I told him, like, I don't want to come as a student, or I don't have any of your work. I got the opportunity here. That's your work. Go and explore. But he told me, like, there must be an opportunity, like you can directly apply for permanent residency. So I started looking into it, and within the next 6 months, I collected all my documentation and I got my PR in the same year. So it was 2019. I was very happy and excited about my visit. So here comes my next beginning. I landed in Canada in the year 2019 in the month of November. I know Canada is a land of opportunities, but I saw different things all around. Firstly, I will just take a lot of time, education and experience in the construction sector. So as a result, I was not able to land my job in my field of expertise. Secondly, as the spring was taking over harsh cold weather, why this is happening to me? So I started looking to the other way to. So after realizing, like, what I need to do now, so suddenly I landed into a job as a delivery agent. So I just joined that work, but I was just at that point of time thinking, what is happening? So at that point of time, I used to go to work and come back home and used to cook my food. And I realized the mother's altruism at that time, like how selfless she loves us. And she never complains about, even when we came back from work, we are just so tired, and even sometimes say altruism in that. So later on, while I was working, I saw it as an opportunity and got enrolled for a post-graduation degree in part-time. I also was studying I was also studying continuously. Furthermore, I realized I need to work on my soft skills, such as public speaking, Canadian work culture, and more. So, as a favorite saying is, when we want anything wholeheartedly, even nature starts conspiring to get you that thing. So then I encountered with the term Toastmasters Club while I was reading a book on rental properties. So what that Toastmasters Club, I just started looking into the Google and realized and got the contact of Madanji. So that was the first time I contacted Madanji to know like how it works. Even I have listened to him on a radio conversation with one of the guys while I was driving a car. So I thought like, let's speak to him. He told me like, yes, you can come to attend Toastmasters as a guest to know how it works. I attended one session in the month of October, but I wasn't able to continue that because I was going for my interviews. So I got the job as a project coordinator in the month of January this year. So after that, Paul contacted me in March and I joined the club immediately because I know this is a perfect platform to work on my soft skills. To summarize, at the end, life is a journey with new beginning at various phases. Don't let circumstances break you down. Keep your efforts on. Slowly and steadily, you will achieve your targets. Thank you very much. And back to Toastmasters.
Thank you, Gursimran. And this was again an icebreaker. So maybe we can give him a standing ovation.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Charles.
Wonderful, Gursimran. I'm just reminded of a popular dialogue from a Hindi movie.
Yeah.
Because you said you are called Simran. So I'm sure your parents said, Simran, ja, ji le apni zindagi. So that's why you are in Canada and you're living your life. Right?
Exactly.
Thank you. All right. So I hope you keep the momentum up and you keep providing that young, fresh blood and energy that we need in this club and take the club forward. So thank you. Let's move on to our third speaker. And I would like to invite the evaluator, Ms. Kiran Pothula, to read the objectives of the third speaker's speech.
Thank you, Toastmaster Satish. Kamaljeet Bhola has been a member of MCTC for a while, and I enjoy every time she speaks. Today, she is speaking, and the purpose for her speech is to practice using a story within a speech and creating a speech that itself is a story. So I will be listening for a well-organized speech that is either a story or that includes a story. Look forward to it. Kamaljeet, over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you very much, Kiran.
Thank you.
I'm going to start my speech with a knocking on door.
Hold on, Kamal. Let me introduce you.
Very excited. Very excited.
You are so excited. I see the energy. You want to start.
No, you can see the nervousness too, right? You can feel it.
I do see. Yes, absolutely. No worries. So let me do a good job to calm down your nerves. So maybe after that you will feel better.
Yeah.
Many people here don't know about Kamaljeet. Not that I know a lot, but having known her for the short time that I've known her, I know that she's a great leader. She actually runs the YLP sessions. She's a coordinator for the youth leadership program. One of the guests here has introduced herself to be one of the mothers who has her child in the YLP program. And this is what Kamaljeet is doing. She's a great leader where she's looking at the young generation of Toastmasters. Can you imagine? Malton Toastmasters not just looks at the new adult Toastmasters, but we also look at aspiring young Toastmasters who can come and join Malton at some point. And that's a great deed or an altruistic deed that Kamaljit has been performing. So I think she deserves a great welcome. So I'd like to welcome Kamaljit. Choice, Kamaljit.
Thank you. Knock, knock. Hi, Miss Kish. I'm leaving in about half an hour. Do you mind if I sit with you for a while? Yes, why not, Kamal? Please come in. Miss Kish, I was thinking, do not know when we are going to meet again. So why not to get some inspiring words from you? Because it has been a couple of weeks I'm working with you. I see a lot of enthusiasm in you. Every time you are ready to help everyone. You do not care if you have been to go from left to right, from here all the way to the third floor. At this age, how do you manage everything? It is all about a choice, Kamal. Choice? Yes. Life is not by a chance. Life is by a choice. You have a choice in your hand to be happy, or you have a choice in your life, in your hand, to be negative, miserable, cry for everything what you do not have in your life, instead of paying gratitude for. My dear President, fellow Toastmasters, and distinguished guest, Miss Kish's word made me speechless. And I'm going to put a same question in front of you. What is your choice in life? After I got my answer from Miss Kish, I came out heavy-heartedly with tears rolling on my cheeks. I came and sat on my chair with the head on my hand, with a realization that what I have been doing so far, something I was creating inside here, but blaming outside on the outer world, blaming on my family members living around. Like this is all happened because of you not paying attention to what was going in here. So I immediately went on Google and looked for few quotes on choice, which I will definitely like to share with you all. And my first quote is, happiness is not by chance. It is by choice. Second quote is, psychology says, always go with the choice that scares you the most, because that is the one that is going to help you grow, like we all Toastmasters are doing here. And our newcomers, they have given their icebreaker speeches and they have overcome their fear of public. Gradually they are moving towards, but first step they already took to overcome their fear in life. The more decisions that you are forced to make alone, the more you are aware of your freedom to choose. It means no one else to blame for our choices. You are free to choose. You are not free from the consequences of your choice. That is true, my dear friends. Choice is in your hand, but you have to take the responsibility of the choices you make, because ultimately the results you are going to face. Your life is a result of your choice. If you do not take your life, if you do not like your life, it is time to make better choices. Exactly, my dear friends. Choice of happiness is altruism. Like, if you see how many people are here now who are joining this Toastmasters meeting, very few. But we have made a choice to bring a change in ourselves, to see ourselves in future with the polished skills, with the skills of public speaking, and to break the limitations we are holding in the life. At the end, I will say you have the capacity to choose. Choose life, choose happiness, choose love, choose health. Just you have to follow. Thank you very much. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Kamal. You gave me a lot of choices. I think all of us are going to follow your advice, and it's really, really important that all of us in our life, we always have a downside we go through and we forget. And I think this comes as a good reminder for everyone here that when we make a choice where you are going to come out better on the other side. I think that is the message Kamal wanted to give us. With that, we come to an end of the prepared speeches session, and we will now move on to the impromptu speaking session. But before we do that, I am itching to use Kamal's message and take it one step. Choice of happiness. I will commentary, but you can see how laughter is contagious. And I'm sure all of us will be laughing by the end of it. It's a 1.5 minute video that I would like to share. How did you find it? I'm sure everybody is laughing. I can see a wide smile on everyone's face. I hope it lightened the mood in celebration of World Laughter Day. I could not stop myself. I said, even though we are a few minutes behind, I wanted to share it, bring it here, and make sure the energy and the atmosphere in the meeting goes up. All right, as promised, I have delivered. Let's move on to our table topics session. And I know both our table topic masters are waiting eagerly for their turn. When is my turn coming? So here is Kiran, who's going to open the table topic session. And I would request Kiran to restrict her table topic session to 4 candidates. and then we'll pass it on to our second one. We'll also maybe do another 3 or 4 in respect of time. So let's continue. Let's start.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day. No language can express the power, beauty, and heroism of mother's love. A quote by Edwin Chapin. I grew up in a culture where every time I asked, "Where is God? Who is God?" I was always told, Matru Devo Bhava, which in Sanskrit means, Mom is none other and no less than God. That's the culture I grew up in. My mom lives in India. I don't have a mom here. So whenever I need something immediately and I have to share something, I can't pick the phone and talk to her because she's going to feel for me. However, I have many such mothers who have shared that motherly love to make sure I don't feel the void. Because as someone said, life does not come with manuals. Life comes with mothers. Some who are here may have lost mothers. Some mothers may have lost children. Some of us may be proud of our mothers. And some probably think, why my mother? Whatever the case, what we are today is because of our mothers. They are the ones who brought us into this world. And for that, I am forever grateful. My mom brought me into this world, but now it's up to me what I want to do or become. My mom was not the most educated. She was not the most knowledgeable for the rapidly changing times in which she raised me. But for the circumstances she was in, she always gave a 100% plus every time, every day, and for everyone that she was with. She is 100% plus altruistic. Now to think of it, I'm more knowledgeable. I'm more advanced than her. I have way more resources at my fingertips. Am I giving a 100% plus every day, every moment? I don't think so. Every Mother's Day is for me to reflect on that and remember that. What about you? Think about it. I'm going to call upon members from the audience to share their thoughts. So the first person I will call upon is Muhammad Bukhari. Muhammad Bukhari, how is Mother's Day significant to you? Over to you,
Okay.
Muhammad.
Thank you very much, Ms. Table Topic Master, and good evening, everyone, fellow Toastmasters, esteemed guests. So today the topic was regarding altruism, more specifically towards Mother's Day. And I was asked a very great question: what do I think of Mother's Day? Well, honestly, if I was to describe Mother's Day, the conversation could go on even much more than the time I've given to me. So, in short, I would just like to point out the one thing that I consider my mom to be not only my mom but my friend. So she's someone that I can, uh, share my worries with, share my concerns with, look to someone whenever I'm feeling down or if I need any bit of motivation in life. That is who my mother is, and that's why for me, Mother's Day, I don't really consider it like a one day in a year type of thing. I consider it to be like a 365 days in a year type of thing. 24 hours a day. That's what I feel about it, and that is what I feel about Mother's Day. So back to you, Miss Tabletop Master. Thank you.
Thank you, Mohammed. You brought out two significant points. Number one, every day is Mother's Day. And that's the way it should be. This is the one day that should remind us of what we have failed to recognize, remember, or take on. But otherwise, Mother's Day is every day. The second point I love what you brought on is not just the person who gives birth to you who is a mother, but a friend can share that motherly love with you. And I can relate fully to what you said, Mohammed. Thank you for sharing that. The next person I will call upon is Madan Uncle. Madan Uncle?
Yeah.
I will ask you to share one of the most precious moments of your time with your mother. I know you always talk about your mother, so I will ask you to share one of the most precious moments that is still in your heart. Over to you.
Thank you very much. First of all, I'd like to share the picture of my mother. She left. This picture is with me here all the time. She left around 18, 19 years ago, 2001, 20 years ago. The last precious word she said to me few months before she passed away. It's a very simple word and it lasts with me until today. I was talking to her and she said to me, "Are you okay?" I said, "Mom, I'm okay. I'm a grandfather now." The wording she said, the words I want everybody to remember. She said, "You will not become an old man or grown up as long as there is somebody to call you son. The moment somebody they're not there to call you son, then you are grown up." So I have grown up now in the last 20 years because there's nobody to call me son, but there was my father who called me son, but he passed 2 years ago. So from 2 years onward, I have just grown up. Otherwise, I was a little baby. So that is the word is there as long as, the word is autism. That's another name for the mother. So that's what she taught me. The same thing, that younger to you are always you are younger. They will not grow older than you as long as the older person is there. So to me, I am just grown up now and people start me calling uncle. 20 years ago, they didn't call me uncle. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you, Uncle G. What a great reminder for all of us. A mom is always going to be a mother, no matter how old the child is. The child is always going to be a child for a mother, no matter how long they have been together. And ladies and gentlemen, fellow Toastmasters, I will ask you all to unmute, put your hands together and celebrate Madan Uncle's 3rd birthday today.
Thank you.
Birthday to you, Uncle. Uncle thinks
Happy birthday,
he's only
Uncle.
2 years old today because
Uncle.
he's beginning to grow up, but we will celebrate his 3rd birthday here. Thank you for sharing
Congratulations,
that.
Uncle Madan.
Thank you.
The next person I will call upon is my fellow table topics master, Vidya. Vidya, here is a topic for you. As human beings, we have the emotions to share with our mothers or children or siblings or friends. And so we express our love. Last meeting, somebody right here had shared about plants having feelings and somebody talking to plants. So Vidya, here's my question to you. How do you think baby plants communicate with mommy plants?
Wow.
The connection they have together. Over to you.
Wow, Kiran, thank you. I wasn't expecting this. It came as a shock. I'm still processing it. So thank you for a shocking question. Yes. So I think plants have their own language, right? They sing, they dance with the winds. They express themselves with a nice scent. They have like the typical odor the plants has, and with the flowering, blooming with the nice flowers, and they communicate and thanks to their mom, and they generate more baby plants and give more motherly love and share the altruistic nature or characters to their own baby plants, and this just keeps on growing and sharing the love with dancing with the wind, singing with the nice cool breezes, shining with the sun, blooming with nice flowers, and just keep going on generation after generation, and even helping the entire humankind with their altruistic nature, giving food and fruits and flowers, helping the entire mankind. Back to you, table topic master Kiran.
Thank you, Vidya, for that creative spin on thinking on your feet on the spot and coming up with such a beautiful, meaningful explanation of connecting intergenerationally the mothers and children. I loved how you brought out that the altruistic nature of a mother is eternal, generation after generation. Loved it. Beautifully you brought that out. Thank you. And with that, fellow Toastmasters, I'm going to turn it over to Vidya to continue the rest of the table topic session. Over to you, Vidya.
Thank you, Kiran, the table topic master. First of all, I like to say I volunteered to be a table topics masters because I don't want it to be on spot. Because I actually get frozen or freeze all the time when I'm on spot. But Kiran, you don't give me that chance, so I don't know what to say. Thank you. So today is also a World Laughter Day. So you must have heard about the quote that laughter is the best medicine. So I want to know from Harvey that what do you think about this quote? What are your thoughts about that? Will you like to share?
My views about the World Laughter Day.
Yeah, laughter is the best medicine. This is a quote. So what are your thoughts about this quote?
Thank you for that amazing topic. It's completely a bouncer for me at the moment because I was more focusing on to the quiz question. But yeah, answering to what you've asked me is, laughter is a remedy, I believe. It helps you to be you and to forget we belong to you. It connects you to yourself, your soul. It brings you back to make you realize whatever we were worrying about is nothing. It's just an assumption. Everything that is going to be left with us is the happiness within that we should have. Because everything else is going to come and go. That's what I would say about it.
That was beautiful, Harvey. I 100% agree with you, Harvey, that whatever you said. And I like to add that when we are happy, when we smile, when we laugh, there are certain hormones secreted in our body called endorphins and dopamine, and these are the stress busters. So if you are stressed, do a laughing yoga, laugh really hard, and within minutes you will see the magic.
100%.
So after that, I'd like to turn down to Tanuja. Will you like to volunteer, Tanuja?
Nobody says no to table topics.
Okay, Tanuja, you have no choice. Sorry. So Tanuja, do you have kids?
Yeah, I have kids.
Okay.
I have one daughter, 7 years old.
Perfect. So we have generations of like your mother too. So on next week is Mother's Day, and our theme is Mother's Day too. So on that note, I like to ask you one thing. Like mothers are all about giving. Mothers are all about loving. And I think children and daughters are similar. They're all about loving and giving. They both share the characteristic or trait of altruism. So do you find any similar traits of your daughter which reminds you of your mother?
Yeah, like whenever my daughter sleep, unless she doesn't sleep at night, I was awake and I always take care of her. So that thing I always remind that my mom always see after I come from school and after my studies, when I go to bed, then she always look on me and that what I am doing, whether I am a little bit tired or I have some worries or something, unless I didn't sleep. So she always look at me and take care of me, and that's the thing I remind. And at the night, so I can compare myself to my mother, that how my mom was taking care of me and selflessly. So that's the thing I can say.
Wow, you're blessed, Tanuja. You have such a beautiful, loving daughter who reminds you of your mom. And I like to add, I like to share a story of my nephew, who's 7 years old. So he was sharing a piece of chocolate. He gave me, so I purposefully chose a smaller piece, and I gave him a big piece. But he came to me and he gave me the big piece, saying, like I'm his aunt, Atu, that's too small. You take the big piece. Which 7 years old kid does that? It's all about altruism, right? So this is, I was not expecting it from a 7-year kid. Like, I am not sure I was like that, but yeah, that was simply awesome. So thank you, Tanuja. That was really great. Now I'll turn to Carlton.
All right, Vidya. Yes.
Hi, Carl.
Hello.
I like to ask you one any incidents which happened, or you can create it imaginary situation. Okay, so was there any moment or any incidents where you shared a joke or any funny story and nobody laughed? Like nobody get it. You try to do it again, still nobody get it. So would you like to share that?
Sure. Thank you. So, in terms of laughter and joking around, my style has never been where I just make up a joke and someone laughs. It kind of just develops over time when you're in the conversation. So, an example that I can just show you guys is, especially being the theme with Mother's Day. So there's some jokes that I can joke about, but my mom is a little bit more on the serious side, so she won't understand. She won't laugh. So an example is today, for example, before our meeting, I was just upstairs just reading a book, and then my mother comes and she says, "Okay, let's go buy some pakoras." And I'm just there and I'm thinking, okay, I'm busy doing something, and now she wants to go buy some pakoras. Now, of course, I could joke around and say we'll go after, or just make up something. And I just happened to just go take my book with me, go with my mom, go pick up some pakoras, and then joke around, and then just come back. So I know you put me on the spot, so this is all that I could come up with. Thank you, and back to you.
That was funny. I love your pakoda story, Carlton, and it's, trust me, it wasn't a revenge. I'm just going the tile-wise style. It's not because you kept me on spot last time. I'm just going tile-wise style on the Zoom screen. And yes, it happens to many times, especially like some jokes are very funny when we talk in sharing our native language. But if we translate that the same joke in English, it doesn't that funny. So it happens to many times. I'm like, it was sounding funny in my language, but I don't know why it's not sounding that funny in English. So yeah, things happen all the time. Toastmasters of the day, do I have one more question? Do I have time for one more question?
Sure, yeah, you can go with one more, yes.
Okay. Can I ask Rachel? Rachel, will you like to?
No, I don't. Not today.
No problem. Okay, can I ask Raj and somebody else do the timekeeping for him? Okay, Raj, Harvey doing time.
Yeah, I'll do the timekeeping, yeah.
So Raj, I'm just giving you a sentence. You have to complete the sentence and, share a story. Actually happened or imaginary. I laughed so hard that blah, blah, blah. So filling the blanks, share your story.
This, I mean, like, it happened to me many times, this thing, like I laughed a lot, but I'm just trying to remember one instant when I laughed for more than like 30 seconds or so. So I can't remember any incident, but I can barely say like everything started after my son was born. Like I could remember every incident, like when he was trying to stand up. Like now he's 3. At the age of like 1.5 years, he was trying to stand and like walk and all that time. I don't know, maybe it might sound bad for some other, like whenever I was seeing him trying to stand up and then fall down, I used to laugh at him like anything. Like I don't know, my my dad or my mom had done this to me, or like I know like he was trying to stand or like trying to walk or like take a step, but seriously, that was the time when he fell down. Like I laughed, laughed like anything. So I don't know. I couldn't remember anything else. But yeah, most of them are around my son.
That was great, Raj. And I know I kept you on spotlight. But yeah, it was great to hear from you and your son's story and how he fell and how you loved. And I had a similar story. I was meeting my school friends after like 18 years of gap, and we met at a place, and we were laughing and sharing old memories. And I was laughing so hard, I literally fell down from the chair. With the chair, I'm on the bottom, I'm on the floor, and I'm still laughing. Everybody laughing. Nobody's helping me or pulling me up. So that was really crazy. But that is fun, the fun memory to remember, which will remain with me for a lifetime. So thank you, fellow participants and fellow Toastmasters. I give back to the table topics master, Kiran.
No, it's okay. I'll take it over from here, Vidya.
So
Thank
back
you.
to you, Toastmasters of the day,
Yeah,
Satish.
thank you, Vidya. So both Kiran Pothula and Vidya Chitta both did a great, fabulous job. Please give them a round of applause for the wonderful table topic session that they conducted. And it didn't look like Vidya was doing this for the very first time. She was as great as Kiran. She was competing with Kiran. So if there was a competition, I'm sure Vidya would come, very close to Kiran. Thank you
I
very
think
much.
she's getting some coaching behind the scene that we are not aware of.
My mouth is sealed. Everybody's mouth is sealed. We'll go forward now with the next and the third session. And our general evaluator is eagerly keeping an eye on the clock and saying, when will this end? Let's continue with the general evaluation session. I'd like to invite Paul Chima as the general evaluator to take it from here. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And the funny thing is, I forgot that I am the general evaluator today. But I will take on the role because I have so many hats to wear today, from Zoom master all the way to handling so many things. So first of all, good job, everyone. And I would like to start with our evaluations. So the first evaluator of the day, I'm just getting on to the agenda. For Kulvinder Saini, may I invite Mr. Madan Chauhan to evaluate Kulvinder Saini's speech. Madan Chauhan.
Thank you very much, Mr. GE and Kulvinder. Kulvinder's topic or the title about me is the one first attracted me towards him, took my attention, what he's going to tell about himself. And then made me interested in listening to him about his story that from India, he did a BA Commerce and then came to Canada 2010, and then the family support and purchased a home. I was start thinking of my own life, what happened to me when I came to this country first time. As he was telling his story, I was getting more and more interested, and believe it or not, it was telling me kind of the story of myself. I thought he's telling my story. How did he come to know about my story? But that's how I became interested. And then how he mentioned in the part of the story how other people like Paul introduced him to Evaluator and other things happened. How he got the support from other one. That was good. Now the things to improve for him, as is this is his kind of the first or the second speech, he still did very good for that part of the speech because the first speech, the confidence will come up as you do more of it, do more, take more speeches, do more speeches. The only thing to overcome the fear is getting over the fear, doing more of it. And one of the quote was mentioned by Kamal that you take the challenges that give you more challenge, because that's the only way to get over the challenge is to doing more of it. So Kalvinder, I only recommend you do more of it. That's the only way to get it over. Whatever you are afraid of, get it over, do more of it. And as you will do more of it, you will improve and try to use your body language and your hand gestures. That's a very big part of the speech, any speech. But I wish you all the best. I'd love to evaluate your speeches more often. Back to you, Mr. G.
Thank you very much, Mr. Madan Chauhan. Now, I would like to invite our second evaluator, Mr. Carlton DeCosta, for Gursimran's speech.
Thank you, Mr. GE. Okay, so the speech was the beginning, motivational strategies, and this was the icebreaker for Gursimran. And Gursimran, I just want to say that you've done a fantastic job on your first speech. You excelled at dressing the part. First of all, you dressed up and you were standing up and you included hand gestures, which is very important. Another key important thing is that you added humor at the beginning with your name being unisex. So it loosened up the crowd. You also included the theme, Mother's Day, and you included the word altruism into your speech. So you excelled at that perfectly. You did a really good job. Things that you may want to work on. So I noted that just being aware of your hand, because when you were talking, I constantly noticed that your hand would always go like this, and then you would start talking. So just kind of mix it up, because I noticed that your hands were always in a kind of prayer style, and it was constantly there. Another thing that you may want to work on is keeping your notes in front of you instead of behind you or beside you. Because when you were giving your speech, I noticed that you kept looking down or looking to the side. If you can maybe put it in front, maybe by the screen, or so that way it shows that you're constantly engaging with the audience. To challenge yourself on one more thing is what I noticed is that you were standing and you kept moving back and forth constantly. So moving is important. One thing that I can just say to challenge yourself is maybe create like a box on the floor, or even like a mental box, just to see, so that way you're not moving too much, because you don't want to display too much of movement, because usually with that type of body language, it conveys to the audience that the speaker is a bit nervous. But other than that, you spoke clearly, your language was easily understood. Your tone, the speed, the volume at which you spoke was great. Overall, you've done a fantastic job for your first speech, and I look forward to hearing more from you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Carlton, for your nice evaluation. Now, I would like to invite our third evaluator, Kiran Patla, to evaluate Kamal Bola's speech. Kiran Patla, please.
Thank you, General Evaluator, fellow Toastmasters, and especially Kamal. I enjoyed your speech choice. You had a natural conversational style. You kept me on the grip from start to finish. It felt like you were just narrating a beautiful story and sharing your experiences with us. So I loved it. I was there with you from start to finish. You engaged me, you gripped me. What I felt like in certain parts, I thought that it wasn't fully clear to me. For example, in one place, you used your stage space, you have this frame, and you spoke standing in one place. Miss Krish, how do you manage everything? It's by choice, Kamal. So I would have understood it better if you would have used this stage space and divided it, saying, Miss Krish, how do you manage everything? It is by choice, Kamal. So if you were to change that position while still staying in frame, that would have given us the perspective that it's two people, it's a dialogue between two individuals. So that is one suggestion I have for you. The second, you engaged us by asking us questions. You asked us, what is your choice in life? And then with this pause, we would have had an opportunity to actually think. You asked a question, and even before I could think, you were on to your next statement. So I really did not have that chance to think. It was a thought-provoking moment for me, but I never had an opportunity to think it through. So incorporating pauses will engage the audience and enable them to actually think with what you're saying and continue on with your story. You used a number of quotes in your speech. You had a slideshow with a few quotes in there, and I thought it would have been better if you incorporated those quotes into your story seamlessly, instead of saying, here are a few quotes that I would like to share. So here is how you can do it. For me, it felt like there was no transition between your story and the quotes. So incorporating the quotes would make it seamless. Example, you said, I was thinking, my life is like this because of you. Instead of thinking, what's happening here? Life is a choice, not a chance. I can choose what I think here. Instead of thinking, I don't have good choices. So you see how that quote has been incorporated into the story, into what was happening with you. So if quotes are incorporated like that, it would be better understood. Overall, Kamal, I enjoyed your speech. It was natural conversational style. I will encourage you to think about your pauses when you ask questions, to use your stage space, especially when you have a dialogue, and incorporate quotes seamlessly into your stories. Excellent story. Congratulations on meeting your project objectives. And I will ask you to continue to share your life lessons to inspire not only adult learners here in Toastmasters, but also the youth in your YLP. Thank you. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you very much, Kiran, for evaluating Kamal's speech. And now we move on to the next portion of our meeting agenda, which is Quizmaster. So get ready to be fired with some rapid questions. At this point, everyone can unmute their microphones. You don't have to raise your hand, you just have to throw answers whenever it's like playing tennis. Don't wait for it. Harvey has, I'm sorry, I'm getting a lot of feedback and whole microphone. Hey, can you check the microphone, please? Thank you. Thank you very much for doing that for me. So now I would be moving on. So Quizmaster has 2 minutes. Timer, please show him time when 2 minutes are over. So let's get to Quizmaster. Quizmaster, Mr. Harvey Dio, please give him a big round of applause.
Thank you, everyone. So here comes the questions. I have prepared a few, and I hope you guys can answer them. You can unmute yourself. And so my first question is, where did Paul travel from to India? Where was he when he traveled to India?
Europe.
Europe.
Excellent.
Europe.
When was the first Mother's Day celebrated? What year?
American
1907.
Sorry?
American
1907.
1907.
Excellent. What was the word of the day today?
Altruism.
After day. After day.
Altruism.
What was our target to speak it? How many times?
15.
Advised by Mr. President.
15.
Excellent, Mr. Madan. What is the speciality about today?
World
Mother's
Laughter Day.
Day.
Mother's Day.
Mother's Day too.
No, today is World Laughter Day, but the theme is Mother's Day.
After day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. How is it celebrated? How is the Mother's Day celebrated in England? What is it called?
Mother's Sunday.
Mother's Sunday.
Mother's Sunday.
Excellent. Just a quick one. How many guests do we have today?
3.
3.
Excellent. Which guest family member attended the Youth Leadership Club?
Navdeep.
Navdeep.
Excellent. Everybody was very nice and to listen today. All right. Who is initially from Mumbai? Out of the
Vidya.
Vidya. All right. So, who is one of the guests who's been working for a non-profit organization?
Vidya.
Excellent. Thank you. Now, who is the one who is having a repair work done at his home?
No, it's Kalvinder.
Hello?
Kulvinder.
Answer no.
Yes, Kulvinder. Yeah, that's right. What is his idea behind attending and joining Toastmasters? What is his motive behind?
Improves his communication.
Yeah.
Better yourself.
Yeah, improving. Yeah, all right. Okay, so, sorry. Am I done? All right. I'm sorry, I have 2 more pages of questions.
Mr. Timer, does he have time?
Yeah, he showed me the red light.
Yeah.
Show me red light. Okay. Thank you very much, Harvey. Thanks,
Wonderful.
Timer, for saving us from the rapid fire questions of Harvey. Harvey is a notorious person, so be careful about him. Don't make him quiz master next time. Now, coming over to next item on the agenda is grammarian. So as a grammarian, I have some report until I started my role as quiz master. GE. So give yourself a big round of applause for meeting the goal for the word of the day. You deserve it. We said more than 18 times.
Wow.
Awesome job. And I was happy that you were mindful of that. So coming back to the words that we spoke, the filler word, I'm quickly counting as we go along. The most of the word that was being used today, which is a winner, is right? If you want to ask me how many times we said that 60 times, and that's normal because we are bound to make these mistakes. Slowly over time, we're going to use less and less filler words. We should just be mindful. Strangely, was not used much. It was only about 14 times. Good job. The next highest spoken filler word is so. It was spoken 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 means 45 times. It is the next to that. There was very little use of I, and like was used couple times, about 16 times. You know was not used much, just 2 times. Right was used 1 or 2 times, which is pretty normal. And with that, my report on this is finished, but before I hang up my role as grammarian, I would like to point this thing out. Let's be mindful of the plurals when you speak. We cannot say they is doing a good job. Firecrackers is bursting. So we have to be mindful when you use these words. I don't know what you call that, is MR, but we kind of sometimes I notice mismatch. Otherwise, everything was fantastic. Just be mindful of not to do those words in your next speech. Make it resolve between yourself. With that, give Paul Chima a big round of applause for being a good grammarian. And now comes our timekeeper's role. So Mr. Rajendran Kalishwa Murthy, the stage is all yours. Please give him a big round of applause.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to be a timer for this wonderful event. And I would like to summarize the report. And today we had 3 speakers. 2 of them were icebreakers, and 1 prepared the project or speech. And to begin with, Kalvinder started his icebreaker or second icebreaker, and then he went over all the way to 3 minutes. Like it was within the time limit for icebreaker, which is roughly, 4 to 6 minutes is a given time, but he completed within 3 minutes. And the second speaker was Gursimran, and he took about 4 minutes and 40 seconds to complete his icebreaker speech. And the third speaker was Kamaljit, and she took about 5 minutes and 40 seconds to complete her project speech. And well, all of them were, stick to their limit, the recommended limit of their speeches and icebreaker topics. And we started off with table topics. We had about 6 table topics, excluding mine. And Mohammed was the first person to take up the table topic. And he took about 54 seconds. And to give you the rough, the numbers, table topics, the given or recommended time limit is 1 to 2 minutes. And Madan ji took about 1 minute and 30 seconds. Vidya took 1 minute and 25 seconds. Harvey took about 57 seconds. And Tanuja, 55 seconds. And finally, Carlton took 1 minute and 20 seconds in the table topics section. And the third section or session is about evaluation. So we had 3 evaluators evaluated our 3 speakers today. The first one was done by Madanji, and he actually took about 2 minutes and 20 seconds to evaluate Kalvinder ji, and Carlton took 2 minutes and 15 seconds to evaluate Gursimran. Finally, Kiran took 2 minutes and 40 seconds to evaluate and provide all of their constructive and valuable feedback of these speeches today. So, and yeah, that's all about that. Quiz almost took about 3 minutes and 15 seconds. I wasn't fully focusing on that one. I was told that 2 minutes, but I'm not sure whether it's just 2 minutes or it can go all the way to 3 minutes. Today being my first, being a timer role, I wasn't sure a little bit. So I may have messed up with the timings somewhere, but I'll correct it from next time. So
you did the great job, Raj. You did a great job. Please give him a big round of applause. Thank you very much, Raj, for very detailed noticing timekeeping. So now I know we are running a bit over time, and I will be very quick with that. But
Paul,
stay here.
Paul,
Yes.
just want to introduce my mother because she is going. So because of Mother Day, I want to.
ਸਤਿ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ ਜੀ, ਬਹੁਤ ਬਹੁਤ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਸ਼ੁਕਰੀਆ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇੱਥੇ ਆਏ। ਰੱਬ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਤੰਦਰੁਸਤੀ ਬਖਸ਼ੇ ਤੇ ਲੰਮੀ ਉਮਰ ਬਖਸ਼ੇ ਜੀ। I think she got disconnected.
No, she's there. She can listen to us. So happy Mother's Day to your mom, Kamal.
So stay here. Stay here because we still have to run our poll results, which our Toastmaster Day already has. Find out who won, who was the speech winner today, who was the best evaluator. So coming back to my evaluation, and I must say, evaluation was done in a fantastic way. All three speech evaluators did a very good job. Like Madan Chauhan actually connected his own story to Kalvinder's story. He could understand, he could relate to his own experience. Carlton always does great evaluations. He uses hand gestures and he gives positive feedback. And Kiran, she stood up, she connected, she actually talked about using the space wisely. We used to call that mono-acting, Kiran. I don't know how many, I never heard that word from after my high school. We used to call that mono-acting, where one person will go on our morning assembly and act like two people. And they will keep switching sides just to pretend we're listening to two people. Great suggestions, positive feedback, and all these feedbacks, I'm pretty confident, left the speakers in a very vibrant and positive mindset, so they will do best next time. The meeting started on time right after the education session. People were aware of timing. Toastmaster of the Day introduced the guest, welcomed them, and every guest was given an opportunity to introduce themselves to the audience. Good job. Toastmasters of the Day also did a great job with agenda preparation, and theme setting and flow of the meeting was very fluid. It was flowing like stream, like mother's love, unconditional and smooth. Not any changes were needed to the agenda because all the role players were already here. Good thing. The mood was energetic. It was respectful. It is still respectful. And these reports by the quiz master, by the timer, and grammarian always does the great job when it is Paul Chima. Everything flowed so smoothly, so nicely. I'm happy with that. And with that feedback, I would like to make a suggestion. Please try to keep your videos on. We need to see your faces. That helps us connect with you all. And try to be in the meeting 15 minutes earlier so that there are no interruptions and we are all here on time and the meeting flows non-stop. With that, I have nothing much to say. Great job, everyone. You all deserve a big kudos. And thank you very much for making this meeting a success. And with that, I will return the meeting control back to Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you. Thank you, Paul. Wonderful evaluation, general evaluation session. Enjoyed it. This is where we learn how we can improve. And I'm sure all of us had something to take back and come back as a better version of yourself next time you show up in the meetings. But now, to give you more encouragement, here are the results. So let's do a drum roll. And I have been told by the news media that the best table topic is shared between two people. Can you guess? It's our veteran Madanji and our newcomer Vidya. There's a tie for the table topics. Give them a round of applause. The best evaluator today, can you guess? None other than Kiran Potula. Hands down, she wins. And the best speaker goes to our rookie, Simran.
Wow.
Simran, jale, jile apni zindagi.
Awesome.
Thank you. So right now, I'm done with today's I hope you all enjoyed. I had a great time running the show today with the whole group of people here. And I hope we keep this energy level high in every meeting that we meet. With that, I would like to pass it back for the club business to the president, Paul Chima.
I guess we can just hold on to the club business for just after the meeting. So members can still stay here. We can officially end the meeting. And if the guests want to stay here, they're more than welcome to stay. If they want to leave for their personal commitments, I will let them go. Satish, can we take the rules right after the meeting is adjourned?
Absolutely, but I think Madanji wants to say something. He's on mute though. Nobody can hear you. Madanji, you wanted to say something?
Yes, I do. I'm saying while everybody's there, just say it next thing about the election.
Absolutely right.
Yeah.
So thank you very much for the reminder. So our term is coming to an end on June 30th. Thank you very much for all the support we got from every one of you here that made us run the meetings and run the club affairs behind the scene. Now we want some new people to show up and breathe a new energy into the Toastmasters Club. It is always beneficial when you have new executive and it takes the club to a different level. So with that, we announce the elections will be held in the next meeting, which is 16th of May, 2021, during the same session, 6 to 7:30. If you are nominating yourself, please note all the nominations go to the chair of the election meeting, which is Mr. Chauhan. Kiran is a member of the meeting as well. And then Dr. Gul. He is not in the meeting due to Ramadan, but he will be helping the chair along with Kiran to run the elections. So please, please, please put your name forward. You have to be a member in good standing, a paid member in good standing, and you can run for election. Do not hesitate. We will guide you the whole month of June. Your term will begin from July 1st. We'll get you in our executive meeting in the next month so you can see how we run the meeting. You can replicate it. There will be help available all through June to learn how to be a leader and how to run it. When you become a leader, you learn so many things you can't even understand. I can't express in my words what we got after running the XCOM. I would love to run 1,000 times, but I just want someone else to take the reins over and take us to a new directions. With that, I will pass it back to our Toastmaster of the day. Now, we have to give it to the Sergeant at Arms to call the meeting adjourned. Then we can take the rules. Members, you can please stay if you can. Will be helpful. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President. Okay, and this has been a great meeting. Thank you, everybody, for showing up. So just to reiterate, is that what is the club mission of a Toastmasters? It is to provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. And I just encourage all of the new members and even the other members that have been in Malton Toastmasters to continue with your pathways, as that way you can get the most from Toastmasters. And with that, the meeting is adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Carlton. Fabulous meeting.
Thank you.
Yeah! My shoulder is hurting, my neck is stiff, my fingers are numb, but I didn't want to leave the meeting at all.
Is that a poem that you just said?
Yes. Yes.
Paul, you better have it checked out. Please don't neglect Paul.
Yeah, I have some degenerative vertebrae, cervical thing, and that pinches my nerves. And today it's all here. Tomorrow I'm going for vaccination. So if I don't survive, please hold a 1 minute silence. Hold a 1 minute silence for me in the next meeting.
We will hold a laugh for you in the next meeting.
You are tougher. You are tougher than you think, Paul. I'm just borrowing Scotiabank's motto.
Did you just said that I'm a duffer?
You are tougher. You are tougher than you
Okay,
think.
tougher. Okay. I thought you said I'm tougher more than I think. Okay.
Okay, so
They both have the
do
same
a
meaning. They both
let's
have
do a
the
roll
same
call. Who
meaning.
wants to run the Toastmasters session? Who wants to be the Toastmaster next week?
Mr. Muhammad Bukhari,
Yes,
I
sir.
want you to handle the TMOD job next time.
Okay.
Toastmaster of the day? Yeah, sure, I'll do it.
But
All right.
just a
Wonderful.
minute, just a minute. Next week is election. We are not going to have the actual normal meeting.
We'll still need TMOD. If
No,
the
we can
election,
see TMOD, but it's
yeah,
all going to be election. They better not assign any speeches. If there's a time, we can do table topics.
that's very right.
Yeah.
If there are only one candidate, if there is only one candidate for every position, I guess election will be run pretty faster. So we can always budget for it,
Yeah.
so that at the last minute we do not, ruffle our feathers and find the members.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the best
And
thing is we can give more time to the table topics and maybe ask those winners.
yeah,
That'd be
table
good though,
topics
the
their own
table topic session.
time.
yeah,
Sure.
absolutely. We can definitely do that. Who would like to be the speakers? Just let me know if time permits. We'll bring you in.
There is always the next meeting. So those who are scheduled, and if we cannot have the speakers come in
We
next
can
week,
carry
then we
them
can just,
forward.
yeah, but we like to have the roles filled in to as much as we can, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So any speakers? Raj, you want to give your icebreaker? Okay.
Yeah, I can do my icebreaker session
Okay,
in the
Raj.
next meeting.
Kamal, amazing speech today.
Carter?
I loved every bit of it. It
Carter
was
wants to
like
speak?
Yeah, can I?
you ran the speech just like impromptu.
Okay. And who else?
Kulvinder, I think.
Yeah,
Kalvinder
me.
wants to speak?
Yeah.
That will be second speech for Kulvinder. Kulvinder, send your evaluation sheet and your project information. Whoever come as your evaluator.
Okay,
Who would
now who
like
wants
to
to
be?
evaluate? Who are the evaluators for these?
First of all, I think Kulvinder should send me the first evaluation sheet.
Someone messaged me that they can be evaluator. Let me see who it
It's
was.
me, Kamal.
Okay,
Kamal?
Kamal is one evaluator.
Okay, Kamal can evaluate who? Who do you want to evaluate?
We can assign them randomly. Don't worry.
Yeah, that is
Random?
okay.
I can be second evaluator.
Okay, and we need a third one.
We need a third one. Who wants to evaluate?
A speaker can also evaluate someone.
I
So,
can be a evaluator.
okay,
Carlton?
Carlton, you're on a roll, Carlton, as an evaluator. I think
No, I'm
pretty
evaluating.
soon you will take the award for the most evaluations.
I learned what not to do and what to do in the evaluation, so it's okay.
Okay, I will be the GE unless somebody else wants it.
Anyone wants to be the GE role going once,
Okay.
twice?
Kiran
Okay.
is there, but I don't know if is she coming? Kiran, are you coming to the meeting next week?
I think she was on the phone.
She's on the
Vidya?
phone. Okay.
Vidya, how do you
Okay.
like the meeting so far?
Quizmaster table topics. We talked about table topics. Who wants to do table topics?
Vidya.
Anyone can do table topics.
Can I repeat? Yes, I will love to.
Okay.
We will do another table topic.
Vidya?
Yes, sure.
Okay.
Vidya, have you worked on your commitment yet? Commitment component?
I haven't worked on it. I have a project coming up for the gender biased violence.
Mhm.
So previously we had a different topic on Monday, every Monday from 4 to 6, and now it is going to be we are starting a new project from May till September ending, and I don't know time yet, and they wanted a weekend. I'm not sure if it is 5 to 6 or 5 to 7, so somewhere I'm just struggling. So I will come to know this week, so soon. Yes, but I am too much into this because I want to improve and I really need improvement.
Yeah, I noticed that you are
Bye,
enjoying the
Kamal.
meetings, and we will love to learn from you as well. The reason I asked you, because there are certain positions, certain roles which are only assigned to the members. So this is where everything comes in. But we loved your participation and your energy is very contagious. We would love to see you as our member, but definitely we only want you to be committed. We want you to at least be in about 80% of the meetings. That will help us learn. We don't want to lose any opportunity to learn from new members as well. It is a two-way street, right? It cannot be one way. We need you and we need to be better to make you better at the same time. So
Kalvinder, did you want to take another role?
Are you talking to whom?
I'm talking to Kalvinder because I would like them to, because I see Kalvinder just speaking in the last 3 sessions. The last time he spoke, this time also he spoke and he wants to speak, but I think you need to also take on other roles.
We have a timer role, we have quizmaster role.
Which one would you like to take, Kalvinder? You're on mute. I can't hear you.
And grammarian.
Timer role.
Timer? Okay.
Yeah.
Why not, if Vidya's coming, why not put her either in grammarian or quizmaster?
Yeah,
I
that's
can
what I was
be
thinking.
Quizmaster. Grammarian will take a lot of work for me, I guess. Like still, I'm still baby in Toastmaster.
We look forward to joining us very soon as a member.
I am. And when I commit fall, it's going to be not 80%, it's going to be 99.99.
Awesome. That's what I need. I need a commitment. We don't need anybody's money if they're not committed to the
It's
club.
not commitment to Toastmasters, it's commitment to my own self.
Yes.
Good one. Good one, Vidya.
I'm very happy so far with all the new members. Kalvinder is coming non-stop. This is what I asked him when he joined. I say, I need you to be committed. And he said, I will be. I said, you want to think over? He said, no, I don't want to think over. I will be there. I said, yeah.
Can I put you down as a TT, table topics?
Yeah, you can put me down.
Okay.
Don't put me down otherwise, like in military language.
No. Okay, so that leaves just the grammarian role open.
Like they say, one officer down, one officer down.
So I will leave it for the open group for those who left early today. So maybe one of them can take that.
Yeah, otherwise we have our youngest member, Mr. Madan Chauhan uncle. We can get him on board for this.
I'm the chairman of the election.
Oh, you are chairman of election. Yeah. So remember all these roles. If we don't have full meeting like today, we'll carry all these roles to the next meeting.
Absolutely, yeah, we are.
So that will save us time in next meeting if we don't find enough time. We will manipulate at that time.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Now we are free. You can chat anything, you can say anything, and we are here.
Right. Questions?
We couldn't get comments from guests because the meeting can kind of ran off little over time, and it's wanted people to go if they have to go, right? We don't want to hold them.
Okay.
It was definitely a good meeting.
I have all these things noted, how many words were said. Why it's not focusing?
Yeah, it's showing up blurry though.
Yeah, you know what? My background is blurry, that's why.
Maybe that's why, yeah, okay.
I will cut my background.
No, he written in Punjabi, so nobody can read it.
No, these are just...
That's the Chinese.
It looks Chinese.
That's
These are
Chinese.
just five. Bunch of 5 makes it easier to count.
But they look like Chinese.
ਉਹ ਜਿਵੇਂ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਚ ਗਾਣਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਮੈਂ ਔਸੀਆਂ ਪਾਨੀਆਂ ਕਿ ਆਇਆ ਦਿਲ ਜਾਨੀਆਂ ਵਾਲਾ ਕੰਮ ਹੈ ਕੰਮ ਤੇ ਲੀਕਾਂ ਖਿੱਚੀਆਂ ਕਿ ਮੇਰਾ ਮਾਹੀ ਕਦੋਂ ਆਣਾ
Looks like he spent some time behind bars, so he's
yeah, these are all bars.
Yeah.
This is a police department person's bars. Yeah. Raj always does work enthusiastically. Raj, good job as a timer. You were way more descriptive.
Yes.
Right.
Thank you.
Yeah, awesome work, man.
Just learning from you guys.
We all learn from everyone. This is how it makes us better. So anyone, Muhammad, would you be running for an election?
Honestly, I don't want to say like for now because I still want to start being more committed to the meetings. So as of right now, I don't really want to put myself down for anything.
Okay.
This is for the term starting in July, by the way. That's
Yeah.
3-4 months away.
Yeah, I know, but I don't want to give any false promises before then last minute due to some unforeseen circumstances I have to bail out, right? So
That means you can never be a politician, right?
it's hard for me to say.
Yeah, so that's okay. Non-partisan. If Vidya joins the club meeting, Vidya, you can also nominate yourself.
I think it takes a long while for me. I should be eligible first. I should
There
feel
are-
eligible first, improve myself to be on that designation. So soon.
Yeah, because
Maybe
we
in the next
see
term.
Madanji speaks very highly about you. He keeps telling me Vidya is 10 times better than you, Paul. Don't think that nobody can beat you. I say,
That's a
okay, I'm
lie. I
promoted.
said 100 times, not 10 times.
I don't think anyone can beat you, Paul. Like
No, I said, okay, I'm happy that one should always be beaten down.
No. Paul, you tell the truth. I said she's beautiful, more beautiful than you are.
Ask my mother. She will tell you how I look.
But that's a different question.
Father always say good.
He will say, no. Vidya is not as best as my son is, right?
Yes.
So
That's
Raj,
what-
you can also run for elections. There, I posted the roles and responsibilities in the group chat. You can download the PDF. It tells what president, vice presidents, secretaries, treasurer, sergeant Ram has to do. But there are so many roles and responsibilities for sergeant at arms which they are not doing actually, because now we are in a virtual world. Initially, those SAAs would carry all the stuff to the meeting, like voting slips, lighting for showing at the meetings, and we didn't have any projector then. That was those things, not a huge task to do actually. But now we became more developed when we actually bought a charging light. We don't need cables connected to it anymore. So we have improved at that point. But we did buy a projector, then we returned it to Amazon because nobody was using it and it wasn't as bright as it should have been. So cancel that. That is the start position is Sergeant at Arms. Madan Chauhan, I do have a nomination for SAA, which is Kamal Bola.
Send it to me, please.
Yeah, I will officially send it to you.
Okay.
And that way she is very pumped up after parents gave amazing feedback to her YLP. And for all these persons here, Kamal Bola was not coming forward with her speeches, and she would always make an excuse to skip the meetings. But Mr. Chauhan brought her in the club, inspired her, I inspired her. This time, last time I took her as our assistant coordinator to run the YLP. That changed everything in her. Now she was a teacher in a bigger role. The next YLP, she ran by herself with an assistant coordinator, and I would just sit behind, watch them do it, and pitch in whenever I have to pitch in. She did an amazing job as a coordinator. I have a recorded video from the parents. They were all over the moon praising how well the program was run. And Kamal Bola that you guys saw today was a result of that YLP. The way she did speech today, Satish, I have never seen her deliver like that way. She actually role played. That was a fabulous achievement. I'm so happy, and thanks for your little coaching to her the other day, giving orientation with Gursimran.
Right. Yeah.
And look at Gursimran. He is a kind of natural speaker.
Yeah.
He interjects humor,
Yeah.
but slowly he will learn how to time humor with his speech content.
Yeah.
Will be way better. Something I'm very bad at humor. So Kiran is back here. So Kiran, we're talking about.
Sorry, I have my vaccine appointment tomorrow. I took a day off. Somebody else is filling in for me tomorrow. So I had a quick chat with the person.
Okay.
But I wanted to ask a question, Satish and Paul. I know with your DCP points, you were looking for a level 3 award in particular.
2 people, yes.
So Satish, is it excluding yours or including yours?
No, it
Including
was
hers.
including mine. So
Okay.
it's me and you that is contributing the level 3 points.
Okay.
And I already finished my level 3.
Okay, perfect.
We
Yeah,
need
and
1 point. We are already at 8 points. We need 1 point to get to the level. Otherwise, Madan Chan will never leave us in peace.
Paul?
Yes.
One speech complete at level 3, which in the next meeting, if you give me an opportunity, I will finish it and give you that. And I have one speech to complete in level 4. So if you give
Well,
me,
then we can put it in the next speech during election. We will find time for that.
so if you give me 2 speaking opportunities, I'll give you 2 awards, 3 and 4.
Don't I love you, Kiran? I will try to put you in somewhere.
We will postpone the election to next week after that.
No.
So we'll try to replace one of the speaker with Kiran so that we can complete our.
No, Paul, please don't replace speakers. I can even speak with Satish and one other person, and I just left a message for Satish saying I don't mind doing a hands-on evaluation workshop. Like we will sit together, listen to a short speech, and do evaluation together so we get the feel of it. If somebody is interested in that, I can do it with them one-on-one or with a small group, and then that
Sure.
can form the basis of my level 4 speech.
Very nice.
So it's a win-win.
We will be. I will see how it goes. We have been also. Mr. Prabhu gave us club progress report today during our XCOM this morning, and he showed us that we need how many 2 more members to reach 20 to get 1 point for membership, right, Satish?
yeah,
That was
we
what
need,
you-
we are at, based on what you said we have 18 members.
Yeah,
at this
we have
point.
18 paid members.
Okay, so we
2
need
more members will take us to 20, and that will give us 1 point.
No, it's not the point. The 20 is a minimum requirement to be considered for distinguished.
To get back to our main, okay, yeah, good.
Yeah.
Because we lost 11 members due to so many personal reasons or other reasons.
Yeah.
And we got 7 new members. And if Vidya joins someone, as long as she commits to her time, this is my condition to her. So, as long as they commit, because we want quality, I will let go of DCP point if members are not committed to attend meetings.
Yeah.
Because for me, DCP is not important. What is important to have people who actually show up and share and learn together.
Yeah.
That's what my goal is. But if we get DCP, fabulous.
Yeah.
I'm ready to hear anything Mr. Madan Chauhan says if I don't go DCP.
I was going to ask Kiran. Kiran, on the 30th, like 2 meetings from now on, for the gavels, we are doing a workshop on evaluation. If that counts you, then we can have you on that the 30th of May from 3 to 4:30 do a workshop on
This
evaluation.
water bottle in my hand, it's like slipping from my hand.
Do you think you can do it? Then I can tell the people, the kids.
30th of May, what time, Uncle?
From 3 to 4:30. That's the Gavel Club.
30th, I have something else going on in the evening.
That's okay then.
I can come pretend I'm Kiran and do a speech on her behalf.
I have a suggestion, Kiran. We always have a educational session that we run. So even if we have a election next Sunday, next time we meet, there is that half an hour that you have. We haven't really scheduled anything for that 30 minutes. So this can be a continuation of the evaluation workshop that you did today, where you say, now we are going to actually do the practicals. You saw the evaluation, how to evaluate. And then on that day, you can actually run the workshop where you show a small speech or have somebody speak. well, that may be killing two birds with one stone. So you can
I
actually
can
have
deliver
somebody
speech.
present a speech. So they get a point for their speech, and then you can have a round robin or whatever way you want to do your workshop. So you get the credit for your workshop. And that is your half an hour. So I hope that half an hour is good enough for you to conduct and get that extra, that gives you that one project that you're looking to cover.
Yes, that will work. So if one of the speakers, instead of speaking during the meeting, can speak during that 30 minutes training session,
yeah,
that will work.
I will give a speech that day, special speech.
Yeah. Yeah, one of the speakers can speak in that session. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you can speak. Yeah, if you need anyone other than, then I'm available.
Yeah.
If it's not from a project,
Bye,
bye
Vidya.
Vidya.
Thanks for staying with us.
Bye, Vidya. Good to have you here.
Great to be here and learn from all of you.
Sorry?
Day in advance.
See you next meeting.
Yeah, see you. Bye.
Bye. Yeah, I'm really thrilled with Kamal's speech today. She did an amazing job.
Yeah.
Always speak. Actually,
I have never seen her like that.
have you heard her previous speeches?
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to her today, but her previous speeches are all, every speech she gives is like a keynote speech.
This speech was she has more action and gestures incorporated. She actually role played. And I think this came from her encouragement, like I was telling everyone after she ran YLP, and parents gave her very great remarks after the meeting ended. Navdeep, that's why Navdeep came in. She's exploring her commitment before she joins Toastmasters. So I said, join us as guest, then feel and see if there is something you want to do. That's where she is coming in.
Okay. Thank you very much, everybody.
Yeah, my arm is a little sleepy and I don't know what's going on.
Take care. Maybe you have an appointment with a physiotherapist or somebody. Take a look at that.
Like my hand, I can't even lift this bottle of water.
Paul, there is a 1-800 health number. I don't know what it's called. Just run your
It has something to do with my cervical vertebrae.
Don't assume, please. Paul.
Yeah.
Stress.
Don't neglect. Don't neglect. That's all I say. Don't neglect.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Mohammad Bukhari, incoming president. Have a good 2 weeks, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Love to see someone new.
Wonderful to see you back, Mohammed. At one point, I think I made this comment. I have not seen this guy. I see him on the members list. And I saw you once, maybe at some meeting somewhere. And now I see you in every meeting, which is great.
He's
To see
busy
you.
getting degrees and busy making money.
Well, I'm trying to get a job right now. It's hard.
You know, if he comes in and becomes the president, there will be second history made. First was Nisha. She was a Gavalier. Gavalier.
Yeah, Gavalier.
This one, and he's been the Gavalier.